The 1950s gave us mobsters who looked like movie stars and dressed better than Hollywood royalty. These real-life gangsters used devastating good looks and deadly charm to build criminal empires. You'll be shocked which mob boss was offered movie deals, and one actually made Frank Sinatra look ordinary. Let's count down the 30 most handsome mobsters who ruled America's underworld. Anthony Tony Provenzano. This Genovese crime family capo had the kind of rugged good looks that made him a natural leader. Standing at 6 feet 2 inches with dark Italian features and piercing eyes, Provenzano commanded respect wherever he went. On June 14, 1978, Tony Pro was sentenced to life in prison. He passed away 10 years later at the age of 71. Joseph Crazy Joe Gallo. Despite his nickname, Gallo was anything but crazy when it came to his appearance. His fashion sense was impeccable, always seen in the finest suits with perfectly coordinated ties and pocket squares. Gallo's charm was legendary in Little Italy, where he was known to quote poetry and philosophy while looking like he stepped off a magazine cover. On April 7, 1972, he was murdered while celebrating his birthday. He was 43 years old. Anthony Fat Tony Salerno. Don't let the nickname fool you. In his prime, Salerno was a distinguished gentleman with silver fox appeal. He favored expensive cigars and handmade suits that accentuated his imposing presence. Even rival families admitted that Salerno had the kind of natural charisma that made him impossible to ignore. In October 1988, Salerno was sentenced to 70 years in prison. He passed away on July 27, 1992, at the age of 80. John Sonny Franzese. This Colombo family underboss was known as much for his devastating good looks as his criminal activities. Franzese had the kind of Mediterranean features that made women weak in the knees: olive skin, dark wavy hair, and a smile that could charm or intimidate. He was in and out of jail for nearly 50 years. Sonny passed away on February 24, 2020 at the age of 103. Vincent Jimmy Blue Eyes Allo. Those piercing blue eyes weren't just his trademark, they were his weapon. His perfectly tailored suits and confident demeanor made him a favorite at the most exclusive nightclubs in New York. Even law enforcement admitted he was one of the most photogenic criminals they'd ever arrested. He retired in the 1970s and passed away on March 9, 2001 at the age of 96. Anthony Tony Bender Strollo. Strollo had the kind of classic 1950s leading man looks that could have made him a Hollywood star. He was known for his collection of expensive watches and his habit of always wearing fresh flowers in his lapel, adding to his debonair image. Strollo disappeared in 1962. Meyer Lansky. The mob's accountant proved that brains and beauty could go hand in hand. His piercing gaze and confident smile made him as dangerous in the boardroom as he was charming at social gatherings. Women were drawn to his combination of intelligence and mysterious danger. Joseph Joe Bananas Bonanno. This crime family boss had the kind of distinguished looks that made him appear more like a diplomat than a mobster. His silver hair, strong jaw, and penetrating stare commanded respect from both allies and enemies. Bonanno wrote an autobiography in 1983. He passed away at the age of 97 on May 11, 2002. Carmine, Lilo, Galante. With his intense dark eyes and strong Mediterranean features, Galante had the kind of dangerous good looks that made him irresistible to women and intimidating to rivals. His signature cigars became part of his image, adding to his sophisticated yet threatening presence. Galante was murdered on July 12, 1979, at the age of 69. Sam Momo Giancana. The Chicago outfit boss was known for his movie star good looks and smooth talking ability. His connections to Hollywood weren't just business. His handsome appearance and natural charisma made him welcome in the most exclusive celebrity circles. Giancana was murdered on June 19, 1975, at the age of 67. Albert Mad Hatter Anastasia. Before his violent reputation overshadowed everything, Anastasia was considered one of the most handsome men in Brooklyn. He favored expensive hats, hence his nickname, and always dressed in the finest suits money could buy, creating an image of deadly elegance. Anastasia was murdered on October 25, 1957, at the age of 55. Vito Genovese. This crime family patriarch had the kind of classic Italian good looks that made him a natural don. Genovese's style was always impeccable, and his reputation for violence only added to his dangerous appeal among both associates and admirers. In 1959, he was sentenced to 15 years in prison, where he passed away 10 years later at the age of 71. Joseph Joe Adonis Doto. With a name like Adonis, he had a reputation to live up to, and he exceeded expectations. Doto was considered one of the most handsome men in organized crime, with classical features that could have graced ancient Roman statues. His perfectly tailored suits and confident demeanor made him a favorite subject for newspaper photographers, who couldn't resist capturing his photogenic criminal career. Thomas Three-Finger Brown, Lucchese. Despite losing fingers in an industrial accident, Lucchese remained one of the most distinguished-looking crime bosses of his era. His silver hair, kind eyes, and grandfatherly appearance made him seem more like a successful businessman than a dangerous criminal. This deceptive charm was his greatest weapon, allowing him to operate in plain sight while building a criminal empire. Santo Trafficante, Jr. This Tampa crime boss had the kind of sophisticated good looks that made him welcome in the highest social circles. His perfectly styled hair, expensive suits, and natural charisma made him as comfortable at charity galas as he was in backroom meetings. Trafficante's handsome appearance helped him build legitimate business connections that furthered his illegal enterprises. Carlos Marcello. The New Orleans crime boss proved that power and good looks were a dangerous combination. Despite his relatively short stature, Marcello's intense gaze, perfectly groomed appearance, and expensive taste in clothing made him an imposing figure. His Louisiana charm and sophisticated style made him popular with both high society and the criminal underworld. Agnello Neil Dellacroce. This Gambino family underboss had the kind of distinguished silver fox appeal that aged like fine wine. His penetrating stare, strong jaw, and perfectly groomed appearance made him both respected and feared. Dellacroce's style was always conservative but expensive, and his natural authority made him one of the most photogenic crime figures of the decade. Paul Big Paul Castellano. Before he became a crime boss, Castellano was known for his remarkably handsome features and imposing presence. His expensive taste in clothing and his natural sophistication made him a favorite subject for society photographers. On December 16, 1985, Big Paul was murdered. He was 70 years old. Salvatore Lucky Luciano. The father of modern organized crime was also one of its most handsome leaders. Despite a knife attack that left him with a distinctive drooping eyelid, Luciano remained devastatingly attractive with his sharp features and commanding presence. His luck ran out in 1936 when he was arrested in Hot Springs, Arkansas, on 90 counts of compulsory prostitution. He was convicted and sentenced to 30 to 50 years in state prison, proving that even devastating good looks couldn't beat a determined prosecutor. Anthony Tony Accardo, Accardo. This Chicago outfit boss had the kind of timeless good looks that photographed beautifully throughout his long career. His strong jawline, intelligent eyes, and distinguished appearance made him look more like a bank president than a crime boss. Accardo's conservative style and natural authority made him respected in both criminal and legitimate circles. Frank the Prime Minister Costello. Costello earned his nickname through his political connections, but he could have been called the movie star for his remarkable good looks. His perfectly styled gray hair, expressive eyes, and sophisticated demeanor made him a natural diplomat. He favored expensive but conservative suits that enhanced his distinguished appearance and commanding presence. Mickey Cohen. The Los Angeles crime boss became a media sensation during the 1950s through his flamboyant lifestyle and willingness to speak to reporters. Cohen was arrested numerous times for tax evasion, gambling, and assault, serving several prison sentences that only increased his notoriety. His expensive suits and nightclub lifestyle made him the face of West Coast organized crime. Carlo Gambino. The quiet Sicilian took control of the Gambino crime family after Anastasia's murder in 1957, becoming one of the most powerful bosses in New York. Gambino was rarely arrested and avoided the publicity that plagued other crime bosses, preferring to operate behind the scenes. His careful approach and political connections helped him avoid prosecution throughout the 1950s. Paul the Waiter, Rica. The Chicago outfit's behind-the-scenes power broker controlled the organization's operations, while Tony Accardo served as the public face. Rica was convicted of extortion in the 1940s, but continued to direct the outfit's activities from prison and after his release in the 1950s. His strategic mind and political connections helped Chicago maintain its dominance in organized crime. These 30 men proved that crime and charisma often went hand in hand during the 1950s golden age of organized crime. Their good looks and sophisticated style helped them build empires, win loyalty, and capture the public imagination in ways that persist to this day. While we can't condone their criminal activities, we can appreciate the fact that they understood the power of image and used their natural gifts to maximum advantage. Which of these handsome mobsters surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating looks at history's most interesting characters.